if you're watching this, I'm just waiting for people to get on here. I just was on TikTok and now I'm on YouTube Live. And I'm just waiting for some people to join in. Here we go. Hey, James. Hey, Christine. You came from TikTok? Awesome. Welcome. Hey, Rach. Hey, Sochelle. Okay, they're coming in fast. Hey, Sonic. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Mommy V. So I like to do I like to do this a little differently than TikTok. TikTok is kind of like you know, I do a couple of questions, I read, and that's it. But this is my YouTube channel. So welcome. My name is Jonathan Lewis. I am a psychic medium. I've been doing this work for 18 years. I have recently started up my YouTube page. I will be going live here as well. As eventually, I'm not going to match it up with TikTok. So I'm not just going to automatically go to YouTube every time I do a TikTok. So I will eventually be just doing YouTube or just doing TikTok. All right. But if you're here tonight, welcome. I'm going to be doing some Q&A and some readings. Now over here, we can't go live on the readings yet. I'm sure they're going to change that soon. So I will be doing comment section readings. When I do a reading on here, I only require a couple things. One is everybody else needs to stop typing when that happens. They have a very small comment section on YouTube and I read really slow. So if I pick somebody for a reading, please, everybody else, stop typing so that we can get through that reading and then do another one, okay? If you're coming over here from TikTok, again, welcome. If it's your first time on here, welcome. I'd like to go live because I like to demonstrate the work. I like to demonstrate mediumship. I like to show my version of it and how I feel it should be done in a way where it's harder to punch holes in it, to put it quite bluntly. I don't do emotional readings. I don't do anything like that. My readings are factual-based readings. So if somebody's coming through, I feel it's their job, not yours or mine. It's their job to come through with information that you can confirm and validate. So I'm not going to be talking about a lovely woman standing behind you, stroking your hair and telling me that she loves and misses you, okay? If somebody's coming through tonight, they're going to do it with factual information. Names are a way of coming through. It's either going to be their name, who's with them on the other side, or who's here connected to you living. It's got to make sense. And don't put it just around family. If it's a friend of yours, say it's a friend of mine. If it's a coworker, say that's a coworker, because I'm going to ask them to back it up anyway. So I'll get something else around that person. If you just watched me on TikTok, they were talking about somebody that somebody knew, or it was her aunt. They gave me a name and they said it was her aunt. And I said, oh, there's something around her cheeks being puffy. And she's like, yeah, she's got very puffy cheeks. So it's something that they can like tie things in with. And that's what I like to do, all right? So they might give me a name that doesn't really matter to you, but they're connected to you. It might be an old boyfriend or an old girlfriend. But then they're going to give me something else around them, like what they do for a living, how many kids are in their family, something that ties in that information. It just lets us know we're interpreting correctly, and it lets us know that we have who we feel we have coming through, okay? Dates are big for me. If they use dates, obviously it's numbers connected to the calendar. Pay attention to those. If you don't know what the date is, just promise me you'll write it down, okay? Health issues, incidents around passing, great way to come into a reading. If somebody comes in with a health issue first, and you say to me, well, that reminds me of my uncle, then I'm going to ask that uncle, hey, if it's you, give me something else. Give me something else that's going to back up what we're doing here, either around him or connected to you, the person that I'm reading, but information that makes sense. It's what ties things in, okay? My favorite would be current events. That's my favorite thing that happens in a reading. When current events come through, things that you're doing right now. I mean, what's the whole point of having a reading in the first place? The whole point of the reading is to know that the survival of consciousness exists past the human body, right? We know that part. But we also want to know that they're watching. We want to know that they're with us, that they're connected to us. So what better way to do that than give me something you just did? If you were watching me on TikTok, you just saw the lady, and the last lady, I think her name, oh my God, I forgot her name already, but whatever. I think it was Robin. And her fiance brought up about her garbage pail. Her garbage pail just broke yesterday. He was like, something's wrong with the garbage pail. And it's just something to validate, like, hey, I was watching that. Now, if they're watching that, yes, they're watching other things. They're watching other things that are happening around you. They're part of your lives. They're connected to you, and they will always be connected to you. And the medium's job is to kind of like bridge the gap momentarily to create a link of some sort to show that they're coming through. And then boom, we get pushed out again. Why do we get pushed out? Because we don't belong there. We're not your family. They're your family. They're your vibration. They're your bond. They're your tether. We're just breaking into that temporarily to interpret information. Hopefully it makes sense for you. And then eventually we get pushed back out because we're not supposed to be there. I mean, it's okay that we're there, but technically we're not supposed to be there. So that's why that happens. You can't just like carry them with you. Like once the connection breaks between me and whoever I'm reading, they don't go away. Like I'll be saying like, yep, they're starting to pull back. They go, well, tell them I said this and tell them I said that. I'm like, tell them yourself. They're going with you. When they pull back from me, not you. They're always with you, okay? Always together. They can be everywhere and nowhere at the same time, all right? So just know that's how I read. That's how things come through for me. The reason why I didn't want to do a lot of Q&A on here tonight was I wanted to get the people that came right over. I wanted to get the people that just showed up. And I want to start doing a couple readings, okay? So that's how I read. That's how information comes through for me. What I'm going to do is pick somebody randomly on here in the comment section. I'm taking my glasses off temporarily. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to write who you want to connect with. Not a name, no other information, just the connection. Mom, dad, daughter, son, fiance was the last one I did. Just put down who you would like to connect with. I'm going to open up to you energetically. When I pick the person that jumps out at me to read, I'm going to say your name. When I say your name, I need you to respond back to me with a yes in capital letters. That kind of like lets us know and lets the universe know that we're going to link up temporarily to hopefully pull in or hopefully make a connection with who you want to make a connection with. All right. For everybody else that's watching, I will only ask this. And you guys were awesome on here last time. YouTube's phenomenal. So I said, please no typing. And then boom, it just stopped. It was amazing. Everybody just stopped typing. So it just makes it a lot easier to get the responses back. And if you are the person I'm reading, there is no pressure to respond immediately. Think about what's coming through. If something comes through for you, think about it. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't worry about what they're thinking. It's not about them in the moment. It's about you and your friends and family on the other side, okay? So stay calm. Don't be a deer in the headlights. Just open up to the information. I'm not gonna bite. You can say no to things if you want. It's not an issue. Or say, I don't know what that is. Just energetically feel right for me. If you feel kind of choppy for me and like, no, 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 you could be saying no and I could feel like, I don't know what that is. Or you could be saying no and I could feel like, nope. And if I feel that, that's a whole different feeling, okay? So just stay open energetically and allow who needs to come through to come through. Just put the information where it goes, okay? All right, write who you want to connect with. Let's get right into this. And thanks for being here tonight. This is my only second live on YouTube, and I'll be doing these more often. But again, I'll be connecting people with their loved ones. And if you're interested in a private reading at all, just go right to my website, psychicjonathanlewis.com, okay? And you can book a reading right there if you want to. Everything about me is there. I'm not going to talk about it. Just go there if you want to. All right. Let's see. It's got to jump out at me, so. So Sheila wrote grandma. I need Sheila to write back in capital letters. Yes, I need everybody else to stop typing for a minute. I'll do a couple of these tonight, okay? So I just need Sheila to write back yes. Everybody else stop typing if you can help it. I have no moderators on here yet, so please help a brother out. So Sheila wrote grandma. I need Sheila to write now yes in capital letters to signify that. Everybody else stop typing. You can hit the hearts with if you want. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so Sheila, I see you. She just wrote yes, okay, and she said grandma. All right, Sheila, I'm gonna call you Sheila. I'm gonna open up to you energetically. Let's see what happens, okay? Stay really open though. I can have anybody come through for you that's connected to you. And again, they'll do it through information and facts, but we're gonna ask for grandma, okay? All right. Sheila, what side of the family, I can't tell you, what side of the family has the twins? I need to know where I'm going. They tell me to talk about the side of the family with the twins. So I just need Sheila to respond. Nobody else. I just need Sheila to respond. I didn't see it if she did. That's the first thing they want me to bring up, or go to the side of the family where the twins are, Sheila. Okay, so if there's no twins in the family, is there a Gemini living? So end of May, beginning of June birthday. That would be the other reference for twins for me. Okay, that's fair enough. Just remember I'm saying it. Something around twins or the Gemini. Uh, and June. June's a big deal. Something around June. The month of June. June or, I don't want to say the 6th. They're telling me June. Like birthday and anniversary around June. Oh my God, they're bringing up the twins again. Sheila, they're telling me you know where the twins are. So grandmother's death is in June? Okay, so that's kind of a way of kind of letting us know we have her. I need something else more than that though. But Sheila, they're not dropping the twins. They want me to keep talking about twins. Did anything happen around you recently with twins? Or did something come up around twins? They're not dropping it. Hey guys, if you're on here, I'm just trying to reach Sheila. So if you don't type, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate it. And she's taking her time. I don't want her to just answer. I want her to think about it. But they're not dropping it. It's the third time they're talking about the twins. And Sheila, because we're doing it on typing here, I could take that on like if you were married, husband side of the family. They're just telling me to go to the side where the twins are, like where the twins existed. Still no? Okay. Just write down twins. And who's the, if I have grandma, she's telling me to wave to like a beautician or somebody that works in cosmetology, like living. Don't be sorry, Sheila. We're good. Just remember, they're just showing me the twins. They're not dropping it, so I can't drop it if they're not. But I have no issue with that. Just remember I'm saying it. But she's telling me to reference somebody around you living that either works in like cosmetology or they're like a beautician currently. Meaning living. And something with Blake. First, answer the first one. Or somebody's going to school for it. I'm feeling like cosmetology, beautician, working with hair or skin, living, connected to you. No? Okay. And if I say a name like Blake or Blackie, I don't know if it's a dog, but it's like feeling like BL with a CK sound, like Blake, Blackie, but they show me the name around it. I'm going on a limb here. Sheila, did anybody have a cockatoo? Your husband had a dog, Blackie. Okay, perfect. Then I want to put the twins on that side of the family. Something around twins. Just remember I'm saying it. Um, but they also show me like somebody having a big bird, like a large bird, like a cockatoo or a parrot. And I know this is slow, guys, but it's the only way to do it on here. It's my mom friend Mary had a bird. Okay, do you know if it was a large bird? I don't want to just get like a little bird. Like I feel like this is kind of like a large bird. Like like a cockatoo or a parrot or an African. I don't know what they call those, but it's kind of big. Macaw. And who'd be Joanne for you too, or Joan? A cockatoo. Okay, perfect. And I'm supposed to talk about Joanne or Joan connected to you as well. And this is my way of making a link. It's got nothing to do with grandmother, but it's making sense for you. It's like she's feeding me the info. Kind of talk about the cockatoo, talk about the animal or dog named Blackie. It's a way of getting me in. That's all. It's not about husband. It's not about anything else. My dad's name's John. Oh, nope. Nope, that's not it. I want to take it. They're telling me no. So there had to be like a woman named Joanne or Joan. Seeing female. And they're telling me to talk about, just remember I'm saying that, and they're telling me to talk about somebody living on their own for quite some time. Like they had all their faculties, like their brain was working great. Okay, I hear you. Like was somebody in their 90s that lived on their own? Like they were like in their 90s and they lived on their own because they could do their own bills, they could do their own stuff. Like everything was working. I feel like the brain was working. So I feel like when we talk about this person, we go like, oh my God, they were in their 90s, they were on their own, or they were, living on their own, they were doing their own thing. And now since we brought in husband's family around the dog, just remember it could go there too. Oh, just your grandma. Okay. All right. If that's it, then that makes sense. She's also talking about somebody working in a restaurant or owning one. Food connection around the family. Somebody working with food. So either somebody was a chef, they owned a restaurant, they worked in one. And I don't mean like, when we're in high school, I worked in a restaurant. This is like somebody who did it for a living, or they made food or sold food for a living. And again, guys, if you're on here, I appreciate you being here. I'm just doing a reading for Sheila, who wants to connect with her grandmother. And if you guys are relating to the things I'm saying, that makes sense too. That's why you're on here tonight. So you can take it for yourself. I am reading Sheila though, but you can take it. And it's like that third thing or fourth thing, and then the fifth thing comes through, and you're like, oh my God, my husband's cousin, he had two that do. Okay. And Sheila, was anybody, is there any story about somebody being like a prisoner of war? Or somebody that was captured? I don't know what this is. Captured. I'm supposed to talk about somebody being captured or somebody being put, or somebody was put in prison wrongfully, or they're talking about somebody wrongly. It feels wrong to me. That's all I can tell you. Like feeling like somebody was either held against their will or they were put somewhere against their will, but it feels wrong to me. To me, that could be a prisoner of war. It could be somebody like unjustly accused of something, or somebody that was put in jail for something they didn't do, or held somewhere against their will. And I'm getting it in that tone. I just don't know. Can we play nice on here, please? Sheila. Ah, there she is. My great grandfather and grandpa in the service. Okay, they were in the service, but do you know if anybody was like a prisoner of war, or somebody got captured from the other side, or somebody was held against their will for some reason? I'm not feeling it's just about being in the service. It's feeling like something happened, or somebody was caught or captured. Even if it was temporary, I feel like I'm feeling it. And it's slow this way, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so if it's not that, Sheila, they're not letting me drop this. So hold on. There's got to be some sort of story around you where somebody was either held against their will. That's what it feels like. That would be prison for me. Or even if somebody's in a relationship that's really, really bad, I would take that too. Like a feeling of like no choices, held against their will, can't escape. That's the feeling I get. To me, that's like prisoner of war. That's somebody who was put in jail against their will, or was put in jail for the wrong thing, I should say, because it doesn't feel like it's the right thing, or somebody who's held against their will. And backing this up, there's a Betty connection too. Betty or Elizabeth. And sometimes we get info, we're not sure exactly how this is going to lay out, but it usually ends up making sense. So I don't know if a grandmother was connected to Betty or Elizabeth, or you're connected to Betty or Elizabeth, but they're showing me like the connection to like Elizabeth, which could be Betty as well. Not that we're ever told. Okay. Your husband has an Aunt Betty. Okay, so I'm seeing like a little bit of a pattern where things are kind of going to husband's side of the family. So, and do you have a connection to the 24th too? I just want to see where we're going with this. And his mom and aunt are Irish twins. Okay, there's the twin side. I felt it was over. Okay, so that would make sense. They show me some sort of twin connection on the side of the family. So I want to say on husband's side of the family, then there's got to be something about. And thank you for figuring that out. I appreciate it. It's a little slower on here. I know if we were talking, we would have got there faster. But everybody's got to have patience. That's all. Um, my son's birthday is July 24th. Okay. Show me 24 has a meaning. And somebody else had an issue with their eyes. She just wants me to talk about somebody being like, do you know that? I don't know what they call it, but it's like when somebody's eyes like bulge out a little bit. It's like not normal. I'm seeing like the eyes bulge out. Either that or somebody had like a Shih Tzu. I don't know what they're showing me, but they're showing it to me in a form of a Shih Tzu, but that doesn't mean it is a Shih Tzu. I want to talk about the eye thing. Graves' disease, thank you. That's what they call that, Graves' disease. Somebody like eyes are kind of like bugging out or they're kind of bulging out a little bit. I know I'm not getting easy stuff for you. I'm sorry, but I have to do what they're showing me. Uh, like talking about somebody's eyes popping out a little bit or bulging out. Your mom had a Shih Tzu. Okay, that's it. They were showing it to me on a Shih Tzu, and I'm like, they were zooming in on the eyes so much, and I'm like, am I supposed to talk about the eyes or am I supposed to talk about the Shih Tzu? So just know that's the Shih Tzu's way of coming through compliments of grandmother. And just on top of this, Sheila, are you actually allergic to penicillin? If she wants to talk about you having like a medication allergy or an allergy, it's not a food allergy, it's not a pollen allergy. She wants me to talk about a medication allergy. So I don't know if if it's like sulfur drugs or penicillin, but it's a feeling of like being allergic to a drug. And I appreciate everybody's patience on here. Thank you. Again, I'm trying to read in the comment section for Sheila, connecting with her grandmother. It was a slow start, but we got there. And I always tell everybody, just have patience. Things will come around. Things will make sense. And I'm just waiting for a response. So it's definitely a little slower in the comment section than it is live. That's for sure. I'm hoping YouTube shifts this around a little bit. I'm allergic to antibiotics. My grandma allergic to sulfur. Okay. So again, it's her way of saying hello to you because you have the allergy medication. And are you a Taurus by any chance, Sheila? She's telling me to wave to Taurus. End of April, beginning of May birthday as well, living. And if it's not you, just put it where it goes. Like who would be the Taurus connected to you living, but grandma's waving. Your Aunt Sandra. Okay, so just know that's grandma's way of coming through to say hi, okay? I hope this helped a little bit. Again, real quick, it's just grandma's way of popping in to say hello. She is bringing up, did you play the piano? Or she wants me to highlight somebody playing the piano, like it's a big deal that they played the piano. I don't know what that is, but she just threw that in like right off the side, talking about like somebody playing the piano beautifully. Not like chopsticks, like really knows how to play the piano. My mom, she took care of my grandmother. Okay, so, and what's in Florida for you, Sheila? They tell me to go to Florida, like so southeast. I just need the Florida connection. She's showing me connection to Florida. So either somebody connected to you lives in Florida, you just talk to somebody in Florida. It feels like current. Your husband's uncle? Okay. And Kevin? Who's Kevin? I don't know if Kevin's connected to husband as well. Kevin or Kenny? But it's a pretty sounding name. And it just has to be a connection to husband. Like they make me feel like husband connected to Kevin or Kenny. So that would either be his friend group, his work area, or his family, but like the K sounding male. Again, guys, I appreciate your patience. It's a little slower this way, but not that I know of. Okay, just remember I'm saying that around husband, K male, K sound. If it's a C, I would take it as well, as long as it's a K sound, not a Ch sound. It's got a K sound to it, but they're putting it around husband. And somebody's got a pilot's license. Uncle Carmine, that's it, deceased. Okay, and did anybody have a pilot's license on his side of the family too? If Carmine's coming through to say hi quick, he wants me to talk about somebody flying an airplane or somebody having a pilot's license or working at an airport. Yeah, there must be a lag on this because it's taking a while for it to come up. I'm sorry. No, but on mine, my mom's cousin Russell. Okay, pilot. I'm gonna assume pilot, but to make it, and they want me if they're talking about around the 4 children also connected to you, Sheila. So I don't know if you were one of 4 or you had the 4 or he's a pilot and husband's uncle. Okay. Husband's uncle. It's pilot. Okay, great. And where would be the 4 kids around that too? Or the 4 total children? Oh my God, the trollers on here, crazy. My brother has 4. Perfect. Okay, so that's her way of saying hello to him because she told me to talk about the family with the 4 kids. And of the 4 kids, do we have like a? Is it split evenly, like 2 boys, 2 girls? There's a lot of combinations there, but they make me feel like I want to split them evenly somehow. Oh, I'm blocking as I go. No? Okay. If it's not gender, there's a reason I got to split them. I want to split 2 and then 2. So I don't know if you have the answer to this, but they're telling me to split them. Is there a reason why I want to split them? Like 2 and 2? I don't know why I want to split them. I don't know if 2, somehow 2 are connected more than the other 2, or 2 are different than the other 2. So it's 3 boys, 1 girl. Okay, so that's not it. But they're doing this. They're literally giving me like the Vulcan thing, like split them. Oh, okay. Two with his wife. Now two are different mom. Okay, that's it. So even though it's makes sense, right? 3 and 1, it's obviously not 2 and 2, but they wouldn't drop it. They're like, nope, it's a split. So you just explained it. 2 with his wife now, and 2 are different mom. So that's the difference between the 4. Okay, so just know that's your grandmother's way of coming through to validate the information, to let you know that she's okay. And I love the fact that she lived on her own until she passed, because they showed me my father's aunt. And my father's aunt was 99 years old, living on her own, doing all her own bills, she would sweep her walkway every day. And she actually had a stroke in the house and passed that way. But that's what they were showing me, like somebody like that. Like your grandmother probably was an amazing person, if I'm feeling this the right way, that could actually do her own things and live on her own and not have anybody help her. So that's pretty awesome. So I appreciate you allowing me to read you tonight. I'm gonna back away from Sheila for a second. I'm gonna take my glasses off. What I'd like you guys to do quick is, again, if you want to get read on here, just be patient. We'll get through it. Again, it's only my second live on here. I will eventually get some moderators and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get things moving a little quicker. But just write down who you would like to connect with. And somebody, I think it was Sponge, asked, what's the purpose of this, or what's the point of it? I didn't find that to be a rude question at all. I actually found that quite normal, and I think I kind of commend you for asking that question. The whole point of this is to validate the survival of consciousness past the human body. That's all it's for. A lot of people think we're worm bait after we pass here. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, and a lot of people don't believe that. I don't necessarily believe everything I'm told either. I'm very kind of wishy-washy around a lot of things that we've been told in our lives about what the other side's like. But when I got involved with this work, it's really about factual-based information. It's not about me talking about, oh my God, there's a lovely lady here and she's telling me to say hi and she's waving to you. And it's never like that. Sometimes it's actually quite boring because it's actually just factual information. If somebody's coming through to make a link or a connection, they're going to give me things around names, dates, birthdays, anniversaries, health issues, passings, or what they passed from, current events that are going on in your life, things that are happening around you. A lot of things around names and people that are connected. And a lot of things tie in. If you saw in that reading that we just did, Sheila didn't understand a couple of things in the beginning, but then it started to click and make sense and go together. It's not really about her husband's family. It was about her grandmother using his family as a way of getting me information. So that's how we knew we had her, okay? So that's how this works. So you have to be really open to do this, and you have to be patient, because sometimes things don't make sense in the beginning. And because we're not talking like we normally can, sometimes things take a little while to come through, or wait a minute, and that's connected to this, 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 and this, and then it makes sense. So if you're gonna judge, wait till it's done, okay? All right, cool. Just write who you wanna connect with. Oh, I got it already. Oh my God, Mouncey? Paul Mouncey wrote father. Paul Mouncey wrote father. Paul, I just need you to respond back in capital letters, yes. I need everybody else to stop typing as quick as possible. I think there's a little bit of a lag here, so I'm gonna try to get this as fast as I can. But I just need Paul to... Hey, Paul. Okay, Paul wrote yes. And Paul, I'm so sorry. I forgot already who you wanted to connect with. I think you said dad, right? Just validate for me that was dad before I go off and start doing something stupid. Yes? Okay, cool. All right, Paul, I'm going to open up to your energy. Everybody else, please stop typing. If you can help, if you want to hit the hearts, I'm fine with that. If you want to give me a follow, give me a follow. I'll be going live on here on a regular basis to connect people with their loved ones who have passed. Okay? Okay, hold on, Paul. I'm getting a number first. Paul, what would be the 16th of a month for you, or the number 16? If they want me to talk about the 16th of a month. I have it, Dad. Hold on. Hold on. Don't answer that, Paul. Paul, did somebody just go to a museum? Why would Dad want me to talk about a museum or talk about the museum? Bring up the museum. So to me, that's either somebody just went to a museum, or you just saw something around a museum, like a current event, something connect to a museum, but he's highlighting that and wants me to bring it up first. Video's frozen? I don't think so. Let me see something. Okay, thank you, Paul. And thank you for writing in capital letters. Paul said he doesn't know. Hold on. Oh, I've seen it again. Okay. I've learned to not ignore that when it happens. They're coming across again with a museum, something around a museum. Paul, is there anybody in your family that had something actually put in a museum? Or is there any kind of story around that? I don't feel like it's about going to a museum or seeing one or, yeah, we used to go to the museum when we were younger. It's not that. Something stands out around a museum, like something being put into a museum. And it doesn't have to be connected to dad. It's got to be connected to you or around you. And if it's still a no, that's fine. You can write no. Or somebody had like a museum piece or something connected to a museum. Okay, that's fair. And just for the heck of it, Paul, what would be the 19th for you? If I wanted to talk about the 19th of a month. Or the number 19. Birthday or an anniversary. It could be a passing anniversary, it could be somebody's birthday. Somebody could be currently 19 years old, but they're showing me 19 having a meaning. Okay. I have to go back to the museum thing. I don't know what this is, Paul. There's something around a museum that I'm not allowed to drop it. I can't move on from it. Like, like something's in a museum. It's almost like if I went somewhere, there'd be a picture, right? Or say there's a photograph and somebody's in it in a museum. I feel like somebody has something in a museum. Something's on display somewhere where you can actually go see it and it has a connection to the family. And it's like, oh, our family was known for that, or our family was connected to this. It's like I feel like it's mausoleum. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Because I'm feeling like it's funny. I feel like somebody's in it. Okay, hold on. Let's see if it's the mausoleum. And Paul, who would have been an engineer? Who would have been an engineer connected to you? Somebody working with like plans or schematics. They want me to talk about an engineer. You? Okay, then we can take the mausoleum. So I feel like that's Dad's way of saying hello to you. Is this like a big mausoleum or like like an 8-person mausoleum? Like a I hate to be graphic like that, but it's like feeling like this is not a little one. This is like a decent sized mausoleum. And tell me 2 kids around you too, Paul. If I have dad, he's making me feel like talk about the two kids or two children. So either he's one of two, you're one of two, you have the two, but he's telling me to talk about the two kids. And if it's two, it's got to be biological, like the two biological children. It is circular, holding octagon 10 per side. Recently put pictures in it with ashes. Okay, I would absolutely take that because it's feeling like a museum of some kind where I feel like there's pictures on the walls or something and I feel like we're part of that or we're connected to it. So that makes perfect sense. And you have two brothers? No, that would be three kids then. So I can't take that. That would be three total. Unless there's two biological and then one's like a adopted or one is like a from a half brother or something like that, I would take that then. Otherwise, that's three kids. They want me to talk about the two. Like somebody having two kids or they're one of two. And who's in healthcare connected to you directly? Like you're the engineer, but that's making me feel like you're directly connected to either a nurse or a doctor. Like connected. Not that you go to a nurse or a doctor, like you're connected to the person who works in healthcare. Hey, Wanda. I'm just doing a reading for Paul in the comments section, which is the only section we have on YouTube at this point. We're just connecting with his dad. I don't know if there's a delay on this. I'm so sorry, but I feel like the answers should be coming up quicker. Okay, one brother was a fireman, the other one a policeman. That is not healthcare. Somebody directly connected to you, like is healthcare related, like a nurse or a doctor, or they worked in a hospital. I would take fireman if it was a like a medic or a no, he's telling me it's not the fireman. It's not the fireman. It feels like a nurse connected to you that works in a hospital, Paul. Guys, I'll make sure that I have a better connection next time I come on here because the delay is it's definitely making things a lot more difficult, but so you guys are seeing it way before I am, I guess. I don't know why it's happening that way. By the way, Paul, this could be like a niece or a nephew, but it's like directly connected to you. If you're married, it could be on wife's side of the family, but they're showing me like somebody working in a hospital or they work in healthcare, living. You have a niece that's a doctor. Okay, that's all it is. They just show me like somebody connected to you living, like a doctor or a nurse. And would dad have a German Shepherd with him or Husky? Like think Shepherd, Husky, Collie. Save time here. But I put that in one category. But he's making me feel like having like a German Shepherd that's passed or a Husky that's passed or a Collie. But it feels like the same, I'm seeing the silhouette. It kind of fits that category for me. It's definitely not a poodle. So, but he's making me feel like he has that dog with him that's passed. Sorry, it's so slow. Maybe my wife's dog when we married. Okay, if that was your wife's dog, like Shepherd, Husky, or Collie, it's just Dad's way of letting me know he's got that dog with him. Please know that's your dad's way of coming through quick to say hello. I'm sorry this was so delayed, Paul. It kind of it's choppy and it makes it much more difficult, but there's no flow in it, and I think that's on my end because of the lag. But I hope this helped a little bit. Okay. All right, so I'm going to disconnect from Paul. And I love the mausoleum aspect. That was cool that you just went there and did that around the mausoleum. But I guess Dad's letting you know that he saw that and was there for it. Okay. Please know he's with you. Okay, guys. I'm going to actually end this live real quick because there's a lot of delay in it, and I want to do it a little differently. So I'll make sure next time I go live on here, I will have it like a direct connection so that we don't have the lag at all. Okay. I hope this helped a little bit tonight. I just wanted to come on here and do a couple readings quick. Yeah, and I was just on TikTok, and I said, you know what? I'm on TikTok. Let me go onto YouTube. So I did a couple readings there, live ones, and then I just brought everybody hopefully over to here. And again, I hope this helped a little bit. There's a couple of like trollers on here, obviously. And by the way, that doesn't bother me at all. So you don't have to comment back at them or anything like that. I could care less. I'll just block them when I get a chance. But I will try to get a moderator on here so they can kind of keep an eye on it. Because there's a couple people that just like to rattle off whatever they want. And it's just, I don't know, it sounds so stupid, but it's not going to affect me or the reading in any way, shape, or form because I don't really give a shit. So again, I hope this helped a little bit tonight, guys. And I thank Paul and whoever I read right before him. I appreciate you being here. Guys, I will see you. I'll see you next time, okay? Have a great night, and I appreciate you being here. Take care, everybody.